Yeah, cut it out, please.
Oh, baloney. The whole thing always gets back to drugs.
Hello, my name is Sandro Graca, and I'm a licensed acupuncturist. So you've seen part one of the interview with Assaf and Elad, and now we spoke a little bit more about what you can expect when you get to Tel Aviv, especially for those going for the first time. It's not just about the conference, and this is why I was saying to you before that I really like this because you get the package, the learning, and you get to explore as well. You get to go to the hospital tour, you get to go to the tour after the conference. But even apart from that, there's more stuff that you can do in Tel Aviv and more stuff to explore. So during during this time, during this interview, this time we get to talk a little bit about what else you can do while you're there, either from before or after the ICCM, a few ideas of what you can do when you're in Tel Aviv. So let's have a look.
Oh, yeah. Is that a new member of the ICCM committee now? Coming on camera to tell us what...
He's going to take my place, actually.
That's the newest member.
It's going to be the big baby and the small baby.
My older daughter, Hedi, was here a few minutes ago. She started with the first ICCM. She's 12 now, actually.
Okay.
And so she's celebrating the Congress every year. Her birthday with the Congress every year because she was born in spring. Mm-hmm. And as you know, or may not know, or the audience may not know, the idea of the Congress is to celebrate springtime.
Yeah.
And that's why we do it around spring equinox. It's around spring equinox because we do it between two Jewish holidays, Purim and Passover. And so this year it's going to be on the beginning of April, April 1st.
Yeah, so for anyone who's thinking about going, it's their first time going to Tel Aviv, I can imagine that the weather is going to be even better than last year, because I was there last year and it was pretty good. This time it's going to be even warmer. So
it's going to be
beach.
Yes, it's going to be perfect for beach. Not too hot, not too cold, and
even though now it's like 15 degrees outside.
Yeah, it's winter.
This is winter.
Where we
let's put things in perspective.
Elad is wearing a sweater because he's skinny now. I don't know.
I can imagine that with the weather being that much better, there's even more stuff to do.
Yeah, actually, Gil organized with Avital Saba, with chef, like a 5-element chef, Zen chef. So he organized a vegan evening.
Dinner
it's dinner with and it's a vegan night, and you can see pictures of it. It's really amazing, and she really knows how to cook, and she only cooks like vegan,
organic
5 elements kind of.
And we're gonna have a dinner together outside, sitting in the garden with good wine, and so this is going to be something new that we're organizing. Gil is actually organizing this year. And sorry, Danny, you're making noise, Danny. And we're doing the Tel Aviv tour every year. We're doing it in different place. So we're going to have a tour on Wednesday evening, and Thursday evening is a free night. We usually go together to Jaffa,
eat something, drink something.
And Friday we're going to desert, the Dead Sea, Masada, Jerusalem. So it's a full week from Monday till Saturday. And we're trying to keep it very warm and close, and so we're always hosting our friends, the people who are coming, and we're going together from one place to another, and it's
that's one of the points that I've been saying to everyone after being there, in 2018, and the experience is that it's really what's the best thing about going to a conference and going abroad is that a lot of the times you think about it as you go to a conference and you try to get something in as well, and you're thinking about arriving a few days before or leaving a few days later. But in this case, it's just so much easier because you guys actually look after everything. And all we have to do is we just have to plan our days along to get there. And then there's tons of stuff to do. And it's really in that spirit of, I know you have the name of, it's part of the ICCM, the community. That word community is really, really present when you're there because it's getting us together. It's not just the lectures, it's not just the learning, which is great. And there's loads of options and, loads of days. Like I really enjoyed the day going to the hospital. The hospital tour was amazing. But it's the fact that there's that community spirit because it's not just going for the lectures, it's going for the experience. And I think that that's one of the big things that you guys have for to offer with the ICCM.
Yeah, I agree. Although we have a great program this year as well, as every year, but this year it's really, I think, really brilliant. But I mean, this is something that is really important for us. This is part of the Israeli hospitality, and so it's important to us to give the full experience. And you're right. I mean, some of it was because some people may have some ideas about how Tel Aviv and Israel is because of all the things that you see in the news that are not always great. And we felt that we need to make sure that people feel comfortable. And it started from that, and then we saw that it's really making people happy and making us happy, and we love it. And as you said, it's a community. People are coming back every year, and most of the international audience or participants have already been a few times to our Congress, and it's a group that is growing, and they become familiar. They're familiar with our program and with our the things that we do, and they get familiar with our community here. So they come here every year, and people know them, and it's like meeting old friends every time. And
absolutely,
that makes it really special.
Yeah, totally agree, because that's what I was saying. Like, not only you offer the lectures and you have the variety, so you have lectures that are in Hebrew and lectures that are in English, and there's people from all over the world that will then gather for those days. But it's not like a normal, your typical conference that you go just for those days and then you're gone. There's that community spirit. You spend a lot of time together because there's other things to do other than just the lectures, which I think that's probably part of the reason that people are going back, as well as Tel Aviv is an amazing city too. So.
Oh, baloney. The whole thing always gets back to drugs.